The most recent update for Seiko Patroller added an area of the racetrack in it. It's relatively basic. Some F1 fans might feel it's similar to the Monaco Grand Prix circuit. I wonder why. The course itself has 7 checkpoints and a start/finish line. Going through the start will start the timer on the bottom of the screen, whether it's on foot or with the mech. You can't take the checkpoints in any order, you have to follow the intended route. Touching the finish line without collecting all checkpoints will stop the timer, but if you have all the checkpoints, it will start another lap instead. Let's do this on the Recruit Origin, with the base V-Stalker. Now, considering we got to Act 2, I'm sure the Recruit has enough experience with the V-Stalker to shred this course. Oh, it's like watching a Sunday driver. Let's scratch that. See you guys over there? They have cool F1 mechs, I want one too. Let's talk to the champion of the F777 races, Nero. We're gonna talk to him about racing parts and he'll mention 2 things. That he added the F777 parts to the shop and that we should also go talk to Simo, a former F777 pilot. Let's visit Simo first. We can invade Simo's house and ask him about getting the parts. He'll tell us that if we get less than 45 seconds in the racetrack, he'll get us the vintage parts. Considering our base V-Stalker has the speed of a mobility scooter, we're gonna have to do some changes. Now, we're very much broke, so get to work for a day or 2 and reach around 12k euro. This should be enough to buy the EFP Light mech parts. Make sure to unequip the weapons, I don't think it makes any difference, but you know. Also, safety first of course, so get the helmet from Simo's house. Equipped with those, you now actually can start your racing career, just hold boost from the start. Even without worrying about optimal lines and dodging, you can finish the course around 35 seconds. This is enough to prove to Simo that you've got the balls and experience to handle a mech. Head to his basement and grab the vintage parts. Now, this is the part where casual players go do something else, but not casual players. We go back to the racetrack config station, we equip the vintage parts and immediately realize that the parts use the legacy aiming method, and the vintage parts are bugged and cause the aim to be off center. Quickly fixed it up. Before continuing, let's also upgrade our engine to the Type 2 Orgon engine for an extra acceleration boost. Once you get started on the track again, you'll notice that the mech sticks to the ground while boosting. This allows you to take the corners relatively tight without flying out. Try it a couple of times and maybe you can get like 14 to 15 seconds on the racetrack. Not bad. Now for actual tech. When you take the sharp corners, it's better to spam dodges as they allow you to keep more speed. I recommend turning on double tap dodge in the settings, it bypasses the cooldown that the dodge keybind has. With the amount of speed we have, we can perform the first and last cut of the run. By releasing boost when you leave the uphill area, you can completely skip over the corner, saving a fraction of a second. Now the question is, can we go faster? Remember how Nero told us about the regulation parts? If we chalk up enough money, those can be ours. I'm sure it's the legally distinct rebel livery making the parts cost a lot. The regulation parts have slightly better stats, so we can use those to shave off another second. This is probably about as far most people will go for the racetrack. It's just a cool side activity in the game. But I'm a speedrunner and I'm a Trackmania player, so if there's a timer, there's a way to break it in half. Remember how I said some time ago that you can trigger the timer on foot? Let's use that to our advantage. With the EA2 update, if you leave your mech while going fast, you get slingshotted even faster. If we do it on the very last corner, we can finish the lap before our mech even touches the ground. Try not to die though. Let's see around with this. We've got the track optimized, but the parts? They're absolute trash. The new update also introduced upgrade modules which can be used to improve the stats of weapons and mech parts. If you dedicate days of your life grinding upgrade modules, or the save that I did, you can get all of your mech parts to level 10. To be fair, only the engine lags are important. Getting into your mech, you'll notice that it's really fucking fast and borderline uncontrollable. You're forced to abuse dodge spamming and fling your mouse out the fucking window. Any bump on the sides of the track will make you fly out, and the fun part? You're forced to do the corner skip. Turning down your FOV is also recommended. The on-foot trick I've mentioned a moment ago doesn't even work too well with the fully upgraded mech. I think you either miss it or just go too fast for the finish to trigger. Either way, if you can tame the beast, you'll be rewarded with a sub 10 time. There's not much else you can do at this point, except cheat. Stock up on some grade A cocaine to slow the time, spam dodges like crazy to build up speed and get a record of 7 seconds. Or don't, because that's boring as hell.